8 UK restaurant chains that got too greedy, customers are walking away. What if I told you, many of the UK's most popular restaurant chains aren't losing customers by accident, they are pushing them away, on purpose, prices climbing, portions shrinking, quality dropping, and yet, the bills keep getting bigger. Customers across the UK are noticing something strange. The meals don't look the same anymore, they don't taste the same, and they definitely don't feel. So what changed? Was it inflation, or something far more calculated? Because behind the menus, behind the branding, there's a pattern emerging. A pattern of greed, and tonight, we're exposing it. Eating out used to. You paid a fair price, you got a good meal, and you left satisfied, but now, customers are walking away disappointed. Some are even saying, they'll never come back. Across the UK, complaints are rising, social media is flooded with frustration, and loyal customers are turning into critics. But here's the unsettling part. It's not happening to just one chain. It's happening to many. Some of the biggest names in British dining are quietly changing the rules. Cutting corners, maximizing profit, and hoping no one notices. But people are noticing, and what we found might change the way you eat out forever. Stay with us, because number 6 and number 2 have left customers genuinely shocked. It starts small. A slightly higher price. A slightly smaller portion, barely noticeable at first, but over time it adds up. Customers begin to feel it, not in one visit, but across many. A burger that used to feel generous now feels average. A pasta dish that once filled you up now leaves you wanting more, and yet, the price, higher than ever. This is what insiders call stealth inflation. And it's spreading fast, but here's the twist. It's not just about money. It's about perception. Because if customers don't immediately notice, they won't complain. At least, not right away. But once they do, they don't just complain. They leave, and they don't come back. The quality drop nobody talks about. Here's where things get worse. It's not just portion sizes. It's quality. Ingredients quietly swapped, recipes subtly changed. Preparation simplified to cut costs. Customers describe meals as blunt, watery, mass-produced. And sometimes, even worse, what used to feel freshly made now feels factory-produced. But why? Because consistency is cheaper than quality. And speed is more profitable than care. But here's the problem, customers can taste the difference. And once they notice, there's no going back. Section 3. The psychology of pricing. Have you noticed this? Menus are getting more confusing. More add-ons. More optional extras. More upsells. Suddenly, a £12 meal becomes £18. Without you even realizing it. Drinks not included. Sides cost extra. Sauces? Extra. Even basics aren't basic anymore. It's designed this way. Because the higher the final bill, the bigger the profit. But here's the catch. Customers feel tricked. And once trust is broken, it's almost impossible to rebuild. Section 4. Social media strikes back. In the past, customers complained quietly. Now, they go public. Photos. Reviews. Viral posts. One bad meal can reach thousands. Sometimes millions. And restaurant chains? They are struggling to keep up. Because for every complaint they respond to, there are dozens more. And the narrative is changing. From great value to not worth it anymore. Section 5. The breaking point. Every brand has a tipping point. A moment where customers decide. Enough is enough. For some chains, that moment has already come. Foot traffic drops. Online reviews fall. Loyal customers disappear. And the worst part? It's often too late to fix it. Because once a brand is labeled as greedy, it sticks. 4. Brand item breakdown. Now, let's expose the names customers keep mentioning. 1. Nando's prices rising steadily. Portions shrinking. Subtly. Customers say it's no longer the go-to it once was. 2. Pizza Express, once premium, now criticized for high prices and average quality. Some customers say it feels overpriced for what you get. 3. Wagamama, still popular, but complaints about smaller portions and higher costs are growing. 4. TGI Fridays UK big portions used to be the appeal. Now, customers say value has dropped significantly. 5. Frankie Benny's, once a family favorite, now often criticized for inconsistency and declining quality. 6. Bella Italia, Italian comfort food, but rising prices have turned some customers away. 7. Café Rouge premium pricing, without a premium experience, according to reviews. 8. Brizzo, another Italian chain facing complaints about value for money. 5. Shocking revelations. Here's what most people don't realize. Many of these chains are owned by large groups. And those groups focus on one thing: profit margins. Not experience. Not loyalty. Not even reputation, in the short term. Because if profits go up, the system is working. Even if customers are unhappy. But here's the twist. This strategy only works until it doesn't. Because once customers leave, they rarely return. 6. Solutions, safe choices. So what can you do? First, be aware. Check reviews before you go. Look at recent feedback, not old ratings. Second, watch for value. Are portions smaller? Are extras adding up? If it feels off, it probably is. Third, support better alternatives. Local restaurants. Independent cafes. Smaller chains that still focus on quality. Because many of them still care about the experience. And finally, don't be afraid to walk away. Because your money is your voice. 7. Powerful OUTRO. The UK dining scene is changing fast. And not always for the better. Some chains are learning the hard way that customers won't tolerate being taken for granted. Because once trust is broken, it's gone. So next time you sit down at a restaurant, ask yourself, is this worth it? Or are you paying more for less? And more importantly, would you come back? If this video opened your eyes, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Because the more people know, the harder it becomes for the truth to stay hidden, the supply chain secret they don't want you to notice. What if the problem doesn't start in the restaurant? What if it starts long before your food even arrives? Behind every dish is a supply chain. And in recent years, that supply chain has changed. Bulk sourcing, cheaper imports, pre-prepared ingredients. Meals that once started in a kitchen now begin in a factory. Centralized production has one major advantage: it's cheaper. But it comes at a cost. Freshness disappears. Flexibility vanishes. And quality becomes standardized. In other words, your fresh meal might have been prepared days ago, reheated, reassembled, and served as if nothing changed. But customers are starting to notice. Textures feel different. Flavors feel flat. And presentation? Almost identical, every single time. Because it is. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Section 7. The menu engineering trap. Menus aren't just menus anymore. They are psychological tools. Carefully designed. Strategically structured. Built to make you spend more. Ever wondered why certain dishes are highlighted? Or why some prices seem oddly specific? £13.95 instead of £14. That's not random. That's strategy. High profit items are placed where your eyes naturally land. Lower cost ingredients disguised as premium meals. And the real trick? The decoy dish. An overpriced item designed to make everything else seem reasonable. So you feel like you're getting a deal. Even when you're not. It's subtle. But incredibly effective. And once you realize it, you start to question everything on the menu. Section 8. Staff under pressure. But here's the part most people never think about. The staff. Because when costs are cut, It's not just ingredients that suffer. It's people too. Fewer staff. Longer shifts. Higher pressure. Employees are expected to do more, with less. And that pressure? It shows. Service slows down. Mistakes increase. Customer experience declines. Not because staff don't care, but because the system is stretched. And when staff struggle, customers feel it. Which leads to frustration, bad reviews, and ultimately, lost trust. Section 9. The loyalty collapse. Once upon a time, customers had favorites, go-to places, reliable choices. But now, loyalty is fading. Because consistency is gone. One visit is fine. The next, disappointing. And that unpredictability? It's dangerous. Because customers don't like uncertainty. They want to know what they are paying for. And if they can't trust a brand, they won't risk it. So they stop going. Quietly. Without warning. And that's the real danger for these chains. Not outrage. Not complaints. But silence. Because silence means they've already lost you. Brand deep dive, continued exposure. Now let's go deeper. Because the surface complaints only tell part of the story. 1. Nando's, the pricing shift once known for value. Now facing backlash for rising costs. Customers say, the same meal costs far more than it used to. Extras add up quickly. Sides feel smaller. And the final bill? Often surprising. But here's the twist. The brand still relies on its reputation. And that's what keeps people coming back. At least for now. 2. Pizza Express, the premium illusion. It looks premium. It feels premium. But many customers say, it doesn't taste premium anymore. Dough quality questioned. Toppings reduced. Prices increased. And the result? A growing gap between expectation and reality. 3. Wagamama, speed over experience. Fast service used to be a strength. Now? Some say it feels rushed. Meals arriving too quickly. Less attention to detail. Less consistency. Because when speed becomes the priority, something else has to give. 4. TGI Fridays UK, the value problem. Big, bold, American-style dining. That was the appeal. But today? Customers say it's no longer worth the price. Promotions feel less generous. Menu prices climb. Experience stays the same. And that imbalance is hard to ignore. 5. Frankie Benny's, the decline. Once a staple. Now often described as hit or miss. Inconsistent food. Unpredictable quality. Fewer returning customers. And once consistency is lost, recovery becomes difficult. 6. Bella Italia, the shrinking plate. Portions matter. And customers are noticing changes. Dishes that feel smaller. Prices that feel bigger. And that combination is one of the fastest ways to lose trust. 7. Café Rouge, the expectation gap. French-inspired dining. Premium positioning. But customers expect more, at that price. And when the experience doesn't match, disappointment follows. 8. Prizzo, the quiet exit. No big scandal. No viral outrage. Just a slow decline in enthusiasm. Fewer recommendations. Less excitement. And gradually, customers drifting away. Building toward the final revelation. So here's the big question. Is this temporary? Or is this the future of dining? Because if major chains continue down this path, what happens next? Do prices keep rising? Do portions keep shrinking? Or do customers finally say, enough? Because something is changing. And in the next part, we reveal the breaking point these chains are approaching. And what could happen When customers push back,